Man, shout out to the LDBC. Once again, shout out to my brothers Taking the Mario. If y'all not subscribed to NBA Latina, man, that's Mario's channel. Great content. Denver Nuggets fan. It's great for Denver Nuggets fan. Y'all know who all the other brothers I support, man. Video was about the Cleveland Cavaliers and tonight's game between the Lakers and the Clippers. But I'm gonna start off with the Cavs and my assessment with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right quick. Give me 1 second. Yeah, salute y'all. But yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers, man, been the best team in the NBA since July 1st. Since January 1st, since this new year began. Excuse me for the noise with the garage door. But the Cavaliers been the best team in the NBA since January 1st. And with what's going on with the East, the injury to Embiid, with the inconsistencies of certain teams at the top, and knowing the seeding is gonna be kind of crazy. The question that I have: do you guys believe that the Cleveland Cavaliers could be a true contender in the East, and can they actually make it to the Eastern Conference Finals? And in my opinion, the Cleveland Cavaliers can, especially depending upon the seeding. Because how it looks, let's just say Miami make a quick run into the season. Miami may be a fourth or fifth seed, and if that's the case, they would play the Boston Celtics in the second round, and Cleveland would be on the other side of the bracket with how they playing. And Philly's going to continue to drop off because Embiid is not there. I can see the Cleveland Cavaliers beating the Milwaukee Bucks because they're not gonna have an answer to stop in the backcourt of on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and plus they have the size. They may not lock up Giannis, but they could contain him and they can make him work with the combination of Allen and Mobley, and they just got a better nucleus of the team. And they got a guy Max Strus. He's not afraid of the moment. He's shown us for many years in Miami, and he showed you last night by hitting the half court buzzer beater. And Okoro been playing well. Cleveland just been playing well. Period. They got the talent. They one of the more talented teams in the East. And honestly, and Donovan Mitchell, this is the most efficient he ever been in his career. And Spider, he's very efficient this year. If he keep this type of efficiency up, Cleveland's gonna be a hard team to beat. And I can see the Cleveland Cavaliers going to the Eastern Conference Finals, either playing the Boston Celtics or the Miami Heat. And let's just say they play Boston. Okay. The key to that matchup would be who will win, what backcourt will win in that series. And can the Cleveland Cavaliers find a way to contain Jason Tatum and to contain? I know they can contain Porzingis because of the size with Mobley and Allen. But can they contain Jason Tatum and make him not be as efficient that he has been so far this year? If they play the Miami Heat, that'll be a great matchup because now they both equal in talent, and Miami actually got more wing guys. So can the Cleveland Wings hold up against Miami Wings? And that would be the question in that series. But both of those series could go 7 games, and they could go to the NBA Finals. Do I think they are? No, I got Miami coming out the East. But I think they are serious contenders, and I feel that they can compete. And knowing how the bracket is going to be, I think we can see the Cleveland Cavaliers at least in the Eastern Conference Finals this year, you guys. That's my thoughts with that. And that's how I feel about Cleveland. And to be honest, I just love that backcourt. Spider, he's been doing something that I thought he'll never be able to do for us being efficient, to lead the team, and just play winning basketball. I never thought Spider would be playing winning basketball, but he's doing it so far. Now, it's yet to be seen how the playoffs go play out, but right now, it looks like he's on a redemption course with that embarrassment first round loss to the Knicks last year. Um, and, and I'm telling you, with that Backstreet's pickup, he can defend certain wings. And I'm telling you guys now, Cleveland is very fucking dangerous, you guys. We got to be honest. Uh, But we gonna move on to the Lakers. We gonna circle back around with everything once the league drop. But I want to break down the Lakers and the Clippers tonight. Of course, the Clippers are without Paul George. That's a significant loss for them tonight. But they still should be favored to win against the Lakers, in my opinion, because they're the more talented team. You got Kawhi Leonard and James Harden and Russ, along with others, along with the role players. And there's no excuse. And with how the Lakers been looking, the Clippers should win that game decisively. But like I've been telling stripper fans all year long, the Lakers are a bad matchup for the strippers because the Lakers are more physical. They are bigger. The Clippers don't have an answer for Anthony Davis. LeBron James, for some reason, when he has played against the strippers this year, in the fourth quarters of those games, he takes over and he relentless going to the rim. And Austin Reeves gets shots off. D'Angelo Russell, since he reemerged, the Clippers gonna have a hard time of stopping that at the point guard position. Um, I think the I think the Los Angeles Lakers will beat the Strippers tonight, you guys. I think they'll go ahead clinch the season series, be up 3-1 in that season series. And I think this is a game. This is a statement game as well, because this could be a first round matchup, you guys. Do not get it twisted, because this could be a first round matchup. We never know what the hell gonna happen in the rest of the conference. But this could very well be a first round matchup, and this is actually an important game. And the Clippers do not need to take it lightly. But I got the Los Angeles Lakers in the upset tonight to beat the Los Angeles Strippers. I just think they're too physical. I just think they don't have an answer for AD. I think when it comes down to it, I think LeBron James, if a close game, I trust him more in clutch situations out of everybody. Even though Kawhi Leonard been playing exceptional this year, but he's been playing. He doesn't play aggressive all the time, so I kind of don't trust him. So I'm rolling with that. I'm gonna hit up Mario, get him to drop the link. Give me a few seconds, you guys. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. The link should be dropped. You guys should be able to come in and get your opinions on. And Michael Young Bay Jr. I don't trust James Harden. I keep telling y'all that. I trust Kawhi Leonard, but I don't trust nobody else for the strippers. Guys sleeping on this, and it's dangerous. The Clippers playing a dangerous game by basically letting James Harden be the second option, and that's where it's trending to. If James Harden end up being the second option on this team, you guys, the Clippers getting eliminated in the second round. They might lose in the first round, depending on who they play. I'm telling you guys now, because with these teams looking better, like Dallas looking better, a whole nine. This is go. This is go. Hey, this is gonna be interesting, man. This is going to be interesting. And without PG, it's gonna be a little more tough on the Clippers against an extra scoring. Mario dropped the link, y'all. Let me know if y'all backstage so I can tell Mario to let y'all in. Yeah. Shout out to the Swish in the chat, man. But I really like the Cavs, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Appreciate it. Man, I really like the Cavs. I really like how they looking. They are the best defensive team in the league. They have been the best best team in the NBA since January the 1st. The stripper fans were running around talking about since December the 1st and woo, woo, woo. But since the new year began, the goddamn Cleveland Cavaliers been unstoppable. They've been playing great on both ends, been elite on both ends, and they basically just setting the tone that they here and they here to stay. This is not no fluke in their eyes and how they looking at. I'm tending to believe it. I bet, Mr. Mass. Give me 1 second. Yeah, my brother Mass for to come on and cook, man. But I love everything that Cleveland's doing right now. Mr. Mass should, since he from Ohio. And tonight, like I said, I got the Lakers beating the strippers tonight. The strippers should win, but for some reason, yeah, what can go wrong will go wrong when it comes down to the strippers, y'all. I've been telling y'all this all year. And Mario should be letting Mass in shortly. I look at Double Take saying, hell no. Hey, but Double Take, this is a different built team than Utah, though. Cleveland got the tools. They actually one of the more talented teams. And like I told you, with that injury to Embiid, with the uncertainty of the Milwaukee Bucks, even though they've been blowing out the bad, terrible teams like the Charlotte Hornets and shit like that, which doesn't move the needle. All right, best need. Let me tell Mario to make sure to let y'all in. Hopefully, Mario and my brothers are in shortly. These are two Ohio guys for to come in. A lot of people forget, man, it's from Ohio. But end of the day, guys that's down in Cleveland, they crazy. They're not watching the game. I told people before that Max Strus pickup was a big pickup for Cleveland. He got a guy that's experienced. He's not afraid of the moment. He will knock down big shots when you need him to. He proved that last night, making a damn half court buzzer beater. Donovan Mitchell actually doing something we've been asking him to do for the longest: be efficient, play winning basketball. He's doing it, and he was doing that when Garland and Mobley was out. And you got two of the best front court defensive big men in the game on the same team. You gotta be real, y'all. Yeah, Sneed, that what I'm saying. Mario, let Sneed the mask in, man. Give me 1 second again, y'all.
Salute, Herm. Appreciate it, Mario.
What's up, folks?
Yeah, yeah, well, salute, man. Salute, Sneed. Let's start off with you, man. What's your thoughts on the Cleveland Cavaliers, brother? And what's your thought on tonight's game with the Lakers and the
Okay.
Clippers?
Well, I put the Cavs in the same spot as I put the T-Wolves in. They're built around rebounding and defense. Both teams have a stud. You got Edwards and you got Mitchell. So, I mean, listen, they're on a hot streak. They've been one of the better teams since the new year. I think top 2 or 3 record since January 1st, 2024. And that's even with injuries. They have all the tools to win. For them, it's going to come down to can they defend, rebound, limit teams to one shot, and then offensively, can their role players make shots, and can Donovan Mitchell play a style that translates to winning in the postseason? Meaning, even when the games get tough and you feel like you have to do everything by yourself, he has to trust his teammates. I mean, last night was crazy. I mean, Matt Strus hit what 5 or 6 threes in the fourth quarter. That's just bonkers. I'm from Northeast Ohio, born and raised in Sandusky, Cedar Point, Amusement Park. My dad lives in Cleveland to this day. He actually lives in Sheffield Lake, a suburb outside of Cleveland. So listen, I think the Cavs ceiling is probably the conference finals. But if they lost in the second round to Boston or Milwaukee or Miami or even the Knicks, it wouldn't surprise me. What up, T Price? Real quick on Lakers and Clippers. I think PG's not playing tonight. We all know there's something about big games and big moments where I don't trust James Harden. I'm not worried about Kawhi Leonard. I too think the Lakers will win tonight. I just don't trust James Harden in big games, especially and PG's not playing. Come on, man. Yeah, I think they lose tonight, man.
I 100% agree with what you just said. Sneed, what's happening, brother? Now, how yo guy, man?
Herm, appreciate it, bro. Mas, what's good, bro? Um, I went to the game, and man, that was crazy. So the game was a lot of fun. It was it was so exciting. It was back and forth after the Cavs kind of stretched the lead, and then the Mavericks brought it back. I just want to say that in person, if you watch Luka Doncic, he is incredible. I mean, the command of the game, like the ability to score, to make life hard on defenders, he's unstoppable. That guy just gets buckets however he wants. And if the double team comes, he knows exactly what to do with the pill. Like dish, find the open guy, streak into the hoop. He's so good. He might be the best offensive player in the league. I don't know. You could make an argument for some of the other guys, but I think Luka's up there too. Kyrie's still incredible too. He's so good. All right, now with the Cavs specifically, Donovan Mitchell is playing so well right now. He's getting his buckets how he wants to. He's nailing threes, very timely threes when the team is basically on a drought. They've given up a couple of buckets. It's like a run for the other side. He'll come back and hit a real clutch shot. So he's playing really, really well. He's distributing the ball a little bit too. The ball's going where it needs to go. He's finding teammates in good spots. Um, he's actually playing a little bit of defense. I know a lot of people are down on his defense, but I watched him, every minute he had in the game yesterday, and he was playing the passing lanes. He was trying to create steals. He was playing some defense. Um, you can't say the same for some of the other point guards in the league. When I look at Dame Lillard and some of them, they don't play a lick of defense, right? So D. Mitch surprised me with that. And then with respect to the defense, they've got defensive principles, and they, like Mas was saying, they're rebounding, and that's why they're winning games that they should win against the teams that they should beat. The Cavs' metric of success is going to be what they do in the playoffs. So this has to translate. So Donovan Mitchell has to play like this through the playoffs. So this is nice. He's proven me wrong. I was a non-believer in Donovan Mitchell after the Knicks series last year. So that's the only way I'm going to measure him moving forward. Yeah, he's hot and he's playing well, and the Cavs are my team. But I don't measure their success on where they finish in the East. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to get a good seat. They're going to be top four, all those things, but it's just what they do with it. I think Moss is right. I think it's Eastern Conference Finals is the ceiling, and I think it's possible if it happens like last year, they get bounced out of the second round. And a lot of that has to do with matchups, but the one thing I will say is we have to see Evan Mobley take a step forward. He's has this incredible potential. He's like 7 feet tall. The wingspan is crazy. The defensive potential is incredible. But offensively, I think you're only getting a fraction of what he possibly can bring to the table. He hasn't really taken that step forward. We know what Allen is. He's a solid, very good defender. He's a presence in the paint. You need more out of Mobley, right? And he had some moments where he did a couple of nice things yesterday. But I look at Strus hitting those threes. You can't expect that every game. That's going to happen on occasion. He's a streaky shooter, huge shots. He is the reason they basically won the game yesterday because when he was hitting those threes, he ripped off several threes in the fourth quarter when the Cavs weren't getting buckets. So they had to get timely stops. He made life really hard on Luka Doncic. He was wearing him. He was he was defending him so tightly because when Mobley was defending him, Mobley had to respect the space, right? He could get by him. So you know, Bickerstaff had to make the adjustment, and he did. And that was really the difference maker at the end. It was like down to a couple of possessions, and Strus just hit the shot, and then a half court buzzer beater from 60 feet. I mean, you can't rely on that in the future. You don't draw that up. That's not in the game plan. So to me, I think it was a nice ending. But in those types of situations, you need more from Mobley. That was the difference. Donovan Mitchell did his thing, no doubt. Garland didn't give you too much. His role on the team is a little different when Donovan Mitchell is doing more. And the Cavs are winning when Donovan Mitchell is doing more. So they're probably comfortable with that moving forward. But you can't expect Strus to do that type of thing every game. He's a streaky shooter. So to me, if they're going to ascend through any type of playoff run, they have to get something additional out of Mobley. There's just no other way. The other guys are doing their thing.
Hey, Sneak, bro. Just real quick. You're born and raised in Cleveland?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. My dad lives in Sheffield Lake, and I'm born and raised in Sandusky. Well, Cedar Point,
I do.
Lorraine.
I know
Yeah,
Sheffield too, bro. I'm only like 20 miles south of there.
yeah. It's a small suburb outside of
Yeah.
Cleveland. Great.
Yeah.
It's right on the lake. Anyway, so you mentioned Evan Mobley, which is a fair statement, but the Cavs don't go through him enough. It's not like
Yeah.
the Cavs come down half court and do four flat ISO and run it through. Excuse me, and run it through him. I mean, Mobley gets his points off of pick and pops, pick and dunks, pick and lobs, little pocket passes, and then he gets some of his food from just the scraps, right? Little offensive
Yep.
rebounds, putbacks, etc. And so, yeah, we want him to do more. They're from USC. A good friend of mine is friends with their dad, and his brother Isaiah Mobley plays for your team too. He's on the Cavs G League team. They both went to USC. Anyways, but they don't come down and just run it through Evan. You know,
Yep.
I'm not sure his offensive package is there yet. I mean, he can pick and pop a little bit, and he has that little hook shot. If he's close to the basket within the restricted area. But is he a guy that you'll come down to in big games, big moments, and say, "Here, big fella, like, hit, like, you know, here's a ball, touch it, like, go do your thing." I'm not sure. And so I think what you're getting from Evan is probably what you're going to get. And I think offensively, since they've been winning, I expect Evan to be more dominant defensive player at the rim, protecting it and rebounding it. If he can do that, I'm okay with that. His offense doesn't have to be elite. Um,
So then you're going to need Mitchell to stay at this level. He can't have a bad game.
well,
Nah,
yeah,
but should we call Darius Garland to step up though?
Yes, absolutely. His impact on yesterday's game was minimal.
Salute,
Very little.
fellas.
Salute.
you have T Price.
What's good
Salute,
with that? Go
old
ahead,
head.
Sneed. Go ahead, Sneed.
Yeah, go ahead, Herm.
Yeah, so that's what I think that the Cavaliers need to play on a higher level offensively to Mobley. Garland got to command respect for these defenses. Garland got to be aggressive as well. That's who I think that Cleveland needs to step up.
Yeah, because I mean, you got Karis Levert. Jared Allen gives you his little putbacks and his little pocket passes, whatnot. I think what we've seen since January 1st has been one of the best teams in the league defensively and rebounding, and their offense has been good. So I'm not sure I would change that. Listen, in the postseason, if you're built to rebound and defend, you're going to be in games. And that's where and then you said that means that Mitchell has to do more. Well, absolutely. I mean, that's why he's getting paid the big bucks. If Jared and Evan can lock down the paint, defend and rebound, and get the game to the fourth quarter within striking distance, then I expect Karras, Donovan, and Darius to close the deal. That's why they are who they are. Nobody should be relying on Evan to be giving you 25 and 10. Now, granted, he needs to finish it around the basket. He needs to do his little putbacks, catch his lobs here and there. But let's not mistake it. Like the Cavaliers butter their bread with Donovan Mitchell, Darius, and at times Karis LeVert. That's just my opinion on it.
Old head, what's your thoughts on everything, old head? For us, the
I like how
Cavs, and for us tonight's game with the Lakers and the Clippers.
I'm not worried about the Lakers because if the Lakers don't get See, this is one thing about me. When you tell the truth about your team, you're a hater. So if the Lakers crying about foul calls, even though they lead the league in in plus free throw attempts compared to the next opponent, which is nowhere near them, it was like over like 200 some free throws shot, and you the last team that would drive to the basket. That right there take care of itself. I'm not worried about tonight. I know PG's not playing tonight. So by me saying that, I do think the Lakers gonna win now. Let's get back to the Cavs. I think the Cavs is playing great, but I don't judge the Cavs until they do in the playoffs. They got to make up what they did last year. So how I'm looking at the Cavs this year, are you going to be a first round exit, or are you going to learn from your what you made from last playoff series and remain on that and do a further run. That's easy to be said, but at the same time, I am liking what I'm seeing from them. And if it wasn't for Struz going ape shit and then end up in the game winner last night, even though that was a game that they shouldn't have won, but you know when you win, everything looks better when you win compared to you lose. So I ain't judging them to the playoffs, man. But the Cavs, they are looking well. Of course, the NBA doing their due diligence and talk about all the teams like they used to be. But the Cavs are just they flying under the radar. And I always say this about the Cavs: they got the best two big men that could defend, in Jared Allen and Mobley. My problem with the Cavs is that they don't use Mobley enough. You got two elite bigs and you don't use them enough. That's going to mean that's going to hurt them in the playoffs. That's all I got.
T Price, can I ask you something to kind of take one of your points?
Yeah.
If they don't make their way through the playoffs, if they don't win rounds,
Hmm.
they're going to be coming for JD Bickerstaff because they're going to
Of
say
course.
you got talent, right? They're going to say you got all-star guards, you got all-star
Hmm.
bigs, right? Talent-wise, right?
Hmm.
You got to do better than that. So they're going to come for him. They're going
Of
to
course, the
say,
coach is always, Mars. We already know the coach is always going to get the blame, and I, this is my rebuttal to that. You already know they took coaching out the lead, right, Mars? They took the coaching out the lead.
Right. Yeah.
So these players, so to speak, know more than the coach, so to speak. Now, that's that's either going to be good or it's going to be bad. In most of the case, it always be bad, but until they bring real coaching in the NBA, players is not going to be held accountable. It's always going, especially a black coach. A black coach can get fired quicker than anything. Look at what Adrian Griffin, what he went through. You
facts.
see what I'm saying? You see, compared to a white coach, you could stay around, be around, have losing streaks, get fired, get another job quick as day compared to a black coach. So
Right.
it's just hard for me, Miles, because when I sit there and watch the NBA now, 'cause I watch a lot of college. That's why
Yeah.
I like college. That's what I like about college because you got old school
If the
coaches that can
goddamn
sit
Cleveland
there.
Cavaliers face the Milwaukee Bucks in the second round, I got the Cleveland Cavaliers beating the Bucks in 6 games.
I don't know
Uh,
about that yet. Let me see how they look at the end
shit,
of the year. Then I
I
give you
know
my
now.
answer.
I know
I
now.
know, I know
So
I know
basically,
you and
her.
Mars and the crew got going
So
against Milwaukee
basically,
right now.
I'm not sure. I got the Cavs beating the Bucks. Listen, the Bucks ain't winning no championship, but that would be a toss-up series. I think the Bucks should be favored, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Bucks lost. Just real quick, Sneed, on your point, man. It depends on how they lose. If Birkenstaff,
same way as last year. Say,
well, yeah. Oh, well, listen. I mean, if they flame out like last year, and Donovan has a bad series, and Biggerstaff is calling bad sets, and his team's not reacting to him, then sure. But if they play good ball and they just lose to a better team, then I wouldn't overreact. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would keep him on board. I think he's done a great job.
I think so too. I mean, as a season, I think he's done a
Right.
fine job. He's
Done a
had to
great
deal with
job.
injuries, and they've been ripping off games.
Correct. Correct. And T. Price was making a great point. In college basketball, coaches are allowed to coach. Right. There's a pecking order, and coaches have security and from the schools, and they ain't going nowhere. And in the NBA, these coaches are the fall guys. When they lose, it's all on the coach. which listen, they do get blamed, but there should be blame on players and coaches. But like T. Price said and alluded to, the black head coach leash is a lot shorter than a typical head coach, and it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I mean, it's cool.
Now the Bucks thing, Herm. I think the reason why you're taking the Cavs over the Bucks in that series, I think you're down on Dame. I don't think it's a situation where you're down on Giannis so much. I think you're saying
No,
in
we
the
down on too,
backcourt.
Sneak,
Yeah.
Sneak. We don't, bro. I mean, you have others other than that one championship where he missed games 5 and 6, and they still got to the finals without him. I mean, he's got his butt kicked every single year. His game, his individual game, his skill set has been reason why they've been losing. The dude missed 14 free throws last year versus 8 seed Heat team. I mean, so yeah, we down on Dame, but I think Herm agrees with this. We're also very down on Giannis, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
but
trust.
Giannis has done more than the Cavs, Mas.
Well, I mean, but okay, well, Snead. I mean, if we're gonna
We're
use
talking
that
about
as
the matchup. You get what I'm saying? That's all. I'm not saying like,
yeah, no, no,
you
no.
know,
Listen, I mean, wouldn't you take the team who rebounds and defends better and
I
still
would,
has somewhat of an offensive game?
I
I mean,
would.
it's not like the Cavs don't play defense. I mean, the Bucks don't play defense.
Yeah, yeah, I agree
Oh,
with you there, and that's why I would take the Cavs. I was thinking Herm's process was he's down on Dame. He doesn't think Dame will be a difference maker. Maybe probably the fact that Mitchell would likely have a bigger series.
oh,
I mean,
listen,
that's the matchup. That's going to be where the points are going to come
listen.
from.
It's the matchup late. That matchup is going to be key late in games because I think Dame and Donovan are going to be the elite shot makers in the fourth
Right,
quarter.
right.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't trust Dame, bro. I don't trust Giannis. Now, to be fair, I don't trust Donovan. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? I'm going with the team who at least rebounds and plays defense. And so the Bucks should be favored because of star power and just how we measure stuff. But that's why I said I wouldn't be surprised if the Cavaliers won. They defend and rebound. And when you do that, you're always going to be in games.
That's right.
Yeah, you're always going to be in games, man. Hey, man. So, how was downtown last night, man? By the old Jake, because when I used to live in Sandusky, man, we would drive an hour to Cleveland and
Yeah.
go to the old Jacobs, baseball field. And for those of you who aren't from the area, the Cavaliers Stadium connects to the baseball field. It's like you can see the baseball stadium if you walk across, and it's like right there.
Yeah,
And
they
we just
basically
like
have a. They call it the
uh,
Gateway. It's a bridge
yeah,
between
yeah, it's that black
both the
gate, and it's
stadium and
like
the
a free
arena.
view. It's
Yeah.
like left field. It's like a free view. So we would stand there and just watch games for free sometimes. And of
No.
course, the police would come in and say, "Get out of here" or whatever. But yeah, man. So downtown Cleveland is actually it's a pretty cool area, man. I actually like it down there.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a nice night weather wise. It was like in the 60s. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
for Cleveland, for those of you that don't know Cleveland weather, we get some fierce winds coming from Canada over the lake.
yeah.
So
Right
it was,
there
it
on
was
Lake
pretty
Erie.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, man. So listen, the Cavs can make some noise. Obviously, they're a good team. They defend, they rebound. But I mean,
But they
matchups
would
are
have to play perfect ball. Their version of winning, right? They have to
yeah,
play perfect ball to
yeah.
to reach their actual potential. Like they don't have wiggle room, right? Like there's
Agree.
teams in the league that could have three off games and still win a series 4-3. The Cavs, if they have three off games, they get swept. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Just based
and
on history, like looking at this team last year, they had
right.
a few bad game, like couple bad games, and it rocked their world. They lost
Well,
their
the Knicks
momentum.
blew them out.
Everything
I
got
mean,
kind of
yeah.
thrown off.
I mean, the Knicks last year beat them pretty handily, and also too, like watching the Cavs play this year because I watched them. I watched them a few times, and when they came to Sacramento, I was at the game as well. They're at their best when the score is low. Like they're one of the old school teams, like kind of
Yeah,
where
because they're
they
comfortable
don't
playing
mind
that
it being
defense and the rebounding.
yes,
They like their position like
yeah, they
that.
don't mind it being like a slow grinded, low 90s, mid 90s, just above 100 points game. Like so, if the Cavs are like in a shootout, then nah, that's not what they do. And so, if they can empower or impose their will, which is size and rebounding and length and defense, then they're playing their style, and then just hope and pray that Donovan and Darius just makes hero shots. Right? If they can do that, then they'll have a chance.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I look at what Struess did, his ability to play defense. I mean, really good defense on Luca. Luca is incredible. I don't know, man. There's been a handful of guys
Uh
that I've
huh.
seen like in person. You
Yeah.
watch the game and you're like, that offensive productivity, the efficiency he had last night, the shots, it literally felt like everything was gonna go in. Like if he missed, it was like by chance.
Yeah, my thoughts are different on him. I mean, I've seen a lot of guys play, right? Kobe, MJ, T Mac, you know, Kawhi, Timmy. I mean, you name them, I probably seen them play in person, right? And so, listen, I mean, with the rule changes and how soft this league is, you can't even touch the guy. Now, is he ultra talented? Of course he is. I mean, the guy is just unbelievable. But I'll say this though, a lot of teams defend him the wrong way,
Yeah, I agree.
because
I agree with that. Yeah, I
you
can
had a
see that.
great point earlier. Whereas if Luca has it going, your best bet is to play him one on one and
Yes,
make him drop 80 points, right?
yes, yes.
Like, because if you start to overreact and help off him, he's going to
Those
kill you
other
with his
guys get
scoring,
buckets.
yeah, and his playmaking. And so for me, I don't understand how teams overreact to him. Play him one on one, force him to take tough shots. Listen, he's going to score. It is what it is. But I would not leave their shooters open. I would make him score 80 points. And to me, that's how you beat the Mavericks. To me,
So, yep, yep.
Yeah, the Mavericks were able to close the gap when PJ Washington was getting a couple of easy buckets.
hey
And
man, I'm
finding
not
them.
gonna lie, bro. Washington and Gafford, wow, like they're big pickups,
Yeah, yeah, I
and
agree.
huge
Good
pickups
players.
for that team. Yeah, and so, but uh, matchups are going to be key in the postseason. So we'll see.
Clippers, Lakers tonight, Moss.
I got Lakers tonight. Paul George not playing. Anybody knows I don't trust James Harden. I don't. Kawhi doesn't worry me, but Lakers have AD. They have size.
They're too physical.
Yeah, they're physical. Now, if Norman Powell and James Harden can turn back the clock and give you 20 plus each, along with Kawhi's 25, and then Russ and these guys hit some timely shots, and Zubac does a decent job on the glass, then now we're talking. But I'm gonna pick the Lakers to win tonight, Sneed and Herm. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers still won. But I'm gonna go with the Lakers tonight.
No, I don't take the Lakers and nothing, man. Give me the Clippers.
I don't, but shit, I don't think the strippers are nothing, no.
You said PG is out. He's injured.
Yeah, he's supposed to sit out tonight.
These kind of games, anybody can still win them. It's just a regular season game. But I don't think the Lakers take things all that seriously game to game.
Yeah, well. The position that they're in, I mean, they would want to. I
Yeah.
mean, this game
Yeah, I
means
know,
more to the Lakers than it does to the
but
Clippers.
but your kingpin is he's a seasonal player. He plays when he feels like it. His foot hurts
That's
when he
true.
feels like it.
That's true.
He decides to get up for this game. I don't know.
Hey,
Right, right, right.
Freddie G, you backstage yet? Cause I know you asked for the link to Mario
AD's
dropping for you.
If AD has a big game, the Lakers can win. If he's a defensive force, if he's an offensive force, they can win any game. You get a little productivity from your other guys, you can win that game.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good
I mean,
point.
we've seen the Lakers win as many games as they've lost without LeBron. So the roster is capable of winning games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you who's gonna win it for the Lakers tonight, though. I think D'Angelo Russell will have a big game against the
Bro,
Clippers.
why are people so down on D'Lo? Every time I watch this dude play, he's hitting shots.
I think he's gonna have a big game against the Clippers tonight.
Well,
Actually,
because it's the blame game. I mean, we know,
Okay,
like
so like you
everybody
remember
gets
back in
blamed.
the day when he played for the Lakers in the Kobe era,
Yeah.
and he had kind of like that. I don't know, man. There was a lot of distrust in the locker room. He was a little bit kind of
Yeah.
acted like a little girl or whatever, and they didn't like that. They
he did
resented it.
snitch on his teammate, though.
But you get what
That
I'm
was
saying?
bad.
Like that created a rift or whatever. I think he's better today than he was then in terms of shit like that. So I mean, to me, I think he's a good player. He's a solid player. I'm not sure why people are down on D'Lo. I mean, I see guys in the league that get more praise for doing less.
Well, it's because he's on the Lakers with LeBron James. If he was on any other team, it wouldn't be like this. Listen, man. I mean, we know
So,
the
Moss, if you give him
storyline.
truth serum, what would he tell you?
If you what?
If you gave D'Lo truth serum, what would he tell you?
He, well, he kind of,
Slick already did on his podcast.
yeah. I mean, he kind of went through it and said that he had to just have like a I don't care mentality. And once he kind of knew what it was, then it was off to the races. But I mean, bro, this is what happens on a LeBron James dysfunctional team. You get blamed, and he gets all the credit. When they win, he gets the credit. When they lose, they blame you. I mean, it's the fuck. I mean, it's not an even trade off. That's why I. That's why I laugh and I cringe at certain guys who go over with him, and then they're shocked when their career goes down to shit. And so I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, Sneed, I know you missed that stream the other day about KG with the PED situation.
Oh no, I
How
caught
you
it. I
feel
listen.
about that, CD?
I'm on everything, bro. I follow Ticket, bro. I believe in what Ticket does, bro. I listen to all your shows too. Y'all have my support, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, that
Yep.
shit was crazy.
How you feel about it though?
Man, you know what's tough, Herm, because me and you were on the stream talking about it with Chael Sonnen. Remember that?
Yep.
Okay, so we
Yep.
got Chael Sonnen, we got KG. Who's next? What's left? Who's
My
next?
thing is,
Who you
it
got to
does.
hear it from? Who do you got to hear it from? What's the next person got to say in order for anybody to start asking questions?
Man, it seems like you gonna have to take somebody just on the level of LeBron James to get some traction. You got to be somebody that ilk. Now, if D Wade said, I think that's a way. I think that's a way for the people to start investigating.
All right, let's talk about KG, right? All right, so KG is a no nonsense player. This is a guy who played through injuries, pain. You know, that he played through old age towards the end of his career. He was one of the biggest players to ever play in the league. Just think about this. He was the big ticket. Like this was a guy who was MVP caliber player, right? He won the MVP, right? I mean, he was in purgatory winning the MVP in Minnesota, right? He wins a championship in Boston. You're not questioning the credibility when it comes to the game. He knows the game, and he's a extremely intelligent player. He's no dummy, and he's connected to all these guys. He knows the league. He knows the players. And I know that there's a past between the Celtics and the Cavs and LeBron and the Celtics. So there's definitely and the Heat and the Celtics. So these things exist. But it's Chael Sonnen and then it's KG. And then I mean my only question is gonna be, is there gonna be another person? Is there gonna be another story? I mean, what, you just keep brushing it off? We're gonna just keep pretending like it's not a thing?
Well, Sneed, I mean, Ticket did a. I heard Ticket stream, and he did
So
an
did
awesome
I.
job talking about these spineless ex-current players, media people who are scared to jump out on faith and take a chance and take back their journalism integrity. Meaning, guys know what's going on, and they'll say it behind the scenes. I alluded to it a little bit a couple days ago. Here in Sac, just being around certain people, they'll say one thing, and then once the camera's pointed at them, they'll say something totally different because they don't want to lose their media credentials. They don't want to be shunned away. They don't want to be blackcast or so blacklisted. And
This is
so
crazy.
there's a
This is
lot of
crazy, Moss.
spineless. Yeah, there's a lot
But
of
Moss,
spineless people.
Moss, this is crazy. LeBron is at the end of his career.
Correct.
Like, he's not
Correct.
even the same player he once was. The
Bro,
power that
correct.
he's wielding doesn't even make any sense. He ain't
Correct.
influencing shit.
And that's what's so frustrating is because a lot of these guys, and I mean, I'll just say this real quick and then I'll move on. Like they remind me of the Republicans in the House. They're just spineless and they're afraid for their political life if they say something bad about, homeboy. And so these guys give me the same vibes where you know what's going on. Like speak, like I mean, talk about it, but they're afraid that they'll lose, you know, um, they'll lose their ability to get interviews and jobs and so on and so forth. They're just spineless. They're cowardly. And I salute Kevin Garnett because he says it with his chest. And like you said, he's very calculated. He's well known. He's respected, and he's credible. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I believe what he said, and I think a lot of people believe the same thing too.
I never heard anybody say that Kevin Garnett's a liar about anything. I've heard people say he's a fake tough guy. I don't know where that comes from, but I've heard that before, but I've never heard somebody say he's a liar. I mean, he literally broke it down, and Ticket played it like 3 times. He broke it down. How many games you can play, the physical toll it takes, the ability to try to get prepared for games, 82 of them, deep runs in the playoffs. You got to win 16 games to win a chip on top of the games that you played in the regular season where fans are paying to see you.
Well, Snead, I was listening to Kwame Brown. I think it was yesterday or a couple of days ago. I stumbled on his live video, and he made a great point. And I never even thought about this. I'm sure you guys probably have, but he talked about the recovery process. He says he's the same age as me. He's 41 years old. And he says if I was to go work out or lift weights or like do a workout, the next day would be hell for me. This guy, what's up, Mello? This guy can play all these minutes, all these games, and he still looks fresh as new. Like, where is the wear and tear on the body? You know what I'm saying? Usually, a guy that age can't sustain this consistency after workouts, weightlifting, and the grueling schedule of an NBA season, travel. Like, I mean, so he's able to recover like no other. I mean, make that make sense, Neat. I mean, isn't that fishy to you?
I mean, it could someone might view it as fishy. I'm not accusing LeBron of PDs. Like, there's no proof, there's no evidence. Like, everybody's gonna point to his age and the recovery. Like, the things you're saying, that's all legitimate to question. But what I'm saying is how many people are gonna come out and say something about this, right? So like, Chael Son is not even in the sport, and he had something to say about it. And and KG is a credible former player who's Hall of Fame talking about this. He ain't jealous of LeBron. KG has MVP and champion next to his name. It's not jealousy. That's where I'm at with it. I'm thinking about the source of the commentary. It's not a person who has anything to win or gain from LeBron and PEDs, as a story. It's just not. That's
Well,
my
I think
question.
there. Well, I think there is evidence. I think there's direct evidence of him doing something allegedly. I'll just leave it at that. And far as Kevin Garnett goes, Kevin Garnett is a guy who beat him. Kevin Garnett beat LeBron and the Cavaliers and sent him packing and made him leave his own, town in Akron/Cleveland, Ohio. And so Kevin Garnett has cachet, he has credence, and he has, he has a he should be taken seriously when he speaks. He's not just some role player who's just talking, right? I mean, he's not Eddie House, who was a teammate of his in 2011, who says, "Nah, we lost because that dude quit on national TV." Eddie House said on national TV that LeBron James quit in the NBA Finals. So I mean, okay, cool. So you guys say that Eddie House was jealous, he wasn't playing, he's just a role player. Okay, cool, whatever. I mean, I got 2 eyes. The dude quit. So now we give you Kevin Garnett, right? The big ticket, a defensive guru, MVP, right? NBA champion, a guy who has beat LeBron James on the biggest level, sent his ass packing, and now the narrative is still he's jealous. He's a fake tough guy. I mean, you guys are trying to address Kevin Garnett in every way, shape, and possible, but you guys refuse to address what he said. Let's listen. He could be a fake tough guy all he wants to, right? He could be a diva. I don't care about none of that stuff, right? Talk about what he said. What's your thoughts on that? And that's what guys aren't doing because, listen, let me close with this little last point. A lot of people don't want to touch this. A lot of media outlets don't want to touch this. Kyrie Irving can send a tweet, right? And Stephen A. Smith will be all over it, covering it, right? Somebody is questioning LeBron James's acumen, his body, and he's praised for spending all his money on his body. And we can argue that that's how he has performed at this high level, and his body is the reason, his tempo is the reason why he's just great. Somebody is questioning his greatness, and Stephen A, Shannon Sharp, no media outlet doesn't even want to touch this. Gee, I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. Hmm.
Fear of
Sounds
getting
fishy to me,
blackballed.
buddy. Sounds fishy to me.
Fear of getting blackballed. The backlash. That you get
Well,
dragged
not
through the
just
mud.
blackball, not just blackball and outlash, bro. They're feared that the truth will come out because the more you talk about it, bro, the more layers are going to get peeled back. And so the best thing is to leave it alone and hope that it just goes away. Nah, hell nah. It ain't going away. We're gonna keep on this.
Look,
We're gonna keep
Mas, I don't care if he does them or he doesn't. All anybody wants is truth, right? Like we want just to know the facts. You feel what I'm saying? Like whether he does or he doesn't, irrelevant. You're just trying to get down to it.
well, I care if you take it, bro. I mean, I'm petty, bro. I do care. I mean, listen, I
Well, what I'm
mean,
saying is if you
I care.
find out and then it changes the narrative about his career. But if it ends up being not true and he doesn't do them, then that's vindication too. So like either way, you get closure. Nobody likes open-endedness, not having
Oh,
closure.
yeah, from that, yeah, I mean, from the way you just worded that, I agree. Especially when he's known to respond to less accusations and less controversial
You're
things,
saying
right?
he's selective, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's very selective. I
Yeah.
mean, somebody's questioning your greatness. Somebody's questioning, your performance based off what you put inside your body. Because that's what you put in the forefront. You've always said that I take my body personal. I spend $1 million on my body. Yeah, right. Stop lying. Okay. I mean, shit. Floyd Mayweather is the fucking probably hardest working athlete I've ever seen. I mean, you don't think Kobe Bryant worked hard? You don't think MJ worked hard? And guess what?
Next
If
level.
you
Next
spent
level.
if you spent $100 on your body, then you're a fucking idiot. Okay, because it doesn't take 100. It doesn't take $1 million for you to be a elite athlete for your body to function at a high level. So he's an idiot for even saying that shit. He's just dumb, bro. I'm not sure I've
That's
met
true.
another dumber athlete in my life than LeBron James.
Wait,
He's
is
a
that
flat out
narrative?
idiot.
Hold on, Mas. Is the narrative about the spending of the money? Is that said by LeBron or is that the media spinning it?
Nah, he's come out and said that before.
Yeah, I don't
I have
get
to
that.
find the quote. I mean, it was said years ago, but instead of me praising it, bro, I'm going to push back on it. You're an idiot. Why would you? I mean, why would you spend $1 million on your body for what? Like it doesn't take that. I mean, MJ and Kobe worked out. I mean, like first of all, how about you work on your offensive package back in the day and less money in the weight room? Maybe you would have had some more championships, right? How about figuring out a zone defense instead of working on your body? It's just listen, bro. It's just pure stupidity. He might be the most dumbest, arrogant, foolish athlete I've known in my life, bro. He's just a dummy. He just listen. He's literally dumb. Seriously, he's just
No,
dumb and
I don't
stupid.
think it's dumb, Mas. I think it's
No, no, he's dumb, bro. Hey,
I
Sneed,
don't,
bro,
but
you
it's
give
not.
LeBron
But
James a
it's
lot
not
of
dumb, and I'm gonna tell
slack
you
here,
why.
bro. Come on, man.
Here's what's happening. You're talking about human psychology, right? So like when you talk about him being selective, what he responds to, he has to be really calculated. Like if I say this, then they might say this, and it could go this way. Then I got to think, what if it goes that way? He has like him and his people. They're always thinking about those things, right? They have to always think about those things because it impacts his brand and his legacy and the
So
appearance.
whatever happened to just shut the hell up then, Sneed? Why can't
Bro,
you just
well,
shut the
look,
hell up then?
listen, my criticism as a guy from Cleveland who knows that Kyrie and LeBron won a championship here and it was only because of them and appreciates what they have done for the city with respect to the chip. I have to admit to myself that there were moments in his career where he wasn't good enough. And then there were moments in his career where he was, right? So LeBron, like most athletes, like most professional ball players, is fallible. They have shortcomings, they have missteps, they have miscalculations and failures, and then sometimes they overcome and they succeed and it's celebrated. He is the epitome of an up and down career where there are victories and there are losses. And he's no different. That's why when people talk about GOAT debates and all this stuff, you get caught up in arguing about GOATs and you get caught up. arguing semantics and like who's number 6 and who's 7. This shit does not matter. You can evaluate a player on their own credence, which I think, Moss, you've done a pretty good job of criticizing LeBron. But as much bad as he's put out there, the media stuff, the spinning of the narratives, the stories, all these things, there's success in there too. But I'm not going to sit there and act like he's perfect. He is not.
Oh, I'm not ignoring the successes. I'm not ignoring some of the good things he's done. But again, I mean, not to be mean or rude, but so what? Who cares? I mean, bro. I mean, he's not the most fruitful dude in the NBA. I mean, Kyrie Irving is buying people houses, funding WNBA players, bought George Floyd's funeral, right? I mean, fucking
But they're different, Moss. They're different guys. Like
I
Kyrie
know,
does it
no,
a
no,
different
no,
way.
I know. Also, too, I mean, Jalen Brown for the Celtics might be one of the most,
He's a good dude.
antisocial. Yeah, he's a good dude, right?
He's a good
And
dude.
so
He
again, so
legit.
my point,
Yeah, he's a little bit standoffish, but he's a good dude.
yeah, so my point is this, man. I care about basketball, bro, and I care about how you carry yourself on the basketball court and how you're perceived. And if you're gonna touch, social media topics and go to the podium and insert yourself in a topic, at least do your homework and know what the hell you're talking about before you open your goddamn mouth. LeBron James has inserted himself in too many topics without doing his homework, right? And so when you push back against him and you ask him a basic question about what he's talking about and he lies, I can't respect it, man.
Oh,
Let
he's been
alone
caught in a lot of lies.
right,
Absolutely.
bro. Let alone not only are you disappointing at the podium in the media, lying about dumb, stupid shit that you had no business even talking about, bro. Your individual basketball game has come up short plenty of times. So listen, I mean, there's a lot of athletes who are just dumb and idiot and make a lot of money because they have God gifted talent. And so don't get it twisted. He's done some good things, just like other athletes have done good things, right?
Right. Right.
And so, yeah, I'm not giving praise because an athlete is doing, ooh, whoop-de-doo. LeBron James went to the Cleveland Clinic and said hi to 25 kids. So what? So did fucking Donovan Mitchell did the same shit last year. My cousin was there. Whoop-de
D Mitch
fuck
a good
you.
dude, bro.
Big
D
deal.
Mitch is a good dude.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So we should be judging these dudes on their basketball game solely. That's it. So yeah, to me, he's bro. Listen, when I say he's just dumb, like in my opinion, I think he's really just dumb. I do. I do.
I just think he's egocentric. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Well, that
that he's
too.
dumb. I think it's
That
the
too.
egocentric. It makes people make decisions and do things out of character, right? It makes them have a false sense of, you know, purity and, I can't fail and I can't miss everything I do. Everybody
Sneed,
will love.
Sneed. This is the same guy, bro, who 2 weeks ago did an interview, saying, telling his son, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. Said that my son can play right now and get buckets easy on the Lakers, right? Turns around 2 weeks later and says and tweets, let this kid be a kid and never earn hard work. And then people are mad at me because I call this dude a fucking hit like a hypocrite and a dummy. Like this is getting old, bro. You feel me? Listen, his act is getting old, right? It is what it is, man. The NBA is going to be much better when this clown is out the league, bro. And when he's out the
Well,
league,
the focus,
especially
you're right. The focus will be on the young up and coming stars and the next generation of guys. I agree.
right.
Right.
And this is how self-centered he is, right? He's asking for a 2-year, 3-year extension from the Lakers
Yeah, he's
at
crazy.
60 million plus, right, bro?
Yeah.
The audacity of this clown to be asking. And listen, if the Los Angeles Lakers give this dude $60 million a year and they extend him, man, I hope this franchise goes to shit. Okay. And this is why I said 3 weeks ago when Ticket was talking about he's going to the Knicks. No, he's not. Now, in my opinion, I don't think he's going to the Knicks. Now, this could be fool's gold where he's trying to outbid himself with the Lakers. So he has an excuse to opt out to go to the Lakers. So I want to be fair in my assessment. So I don't think he's going there, but I can see how this could be a deploy to outbid himself with the Lakers. So he has an excuse to opt out and say, you know what, I actually $60 million, they didn't give it to me. Here, I'm going to the Knicks. But the Knicks ain't giving you $60 million. They can't give you $60 million. So I don't know, man. This shit
All
crazy,
right.
man.
So So from a basketball standpoint, he does not have the productivity to command 60 million. It's just not. It's just not there. He doesn't
Well,
play enough games. He doesn't produce the points. He doesn't defend. He's not an MVP caliber player. That's MVP money, right? So from a basketball standpoint, you're right. The Lakers would look dumb, but this is a generation and a situation in the league where the star is so powerful and the money is almost automatic that like the Lakers would say, "Well, business is good when LeBron is here. I guess we got to just bite the bullet and cut the check." And now with respect to the Knicks situation, he may be just trying to create a market, right? To
well,
drive
this
up
is
the
why you
price.
don't. This is why when Dr. Jerry Buss was in office as a man leading the franchise, he wasn't afraid to trade Shaquille O'Neal. He wasn't basing decisions off emotions. You got Jeannie Buss at the helm upstairs running things. She's a woman, so obviously you don't make good decisions when you're emotional as a woman. And this is why the Lakers franchise is going to crap in pieces. She's allowed him to come to her team and just run amok. I guarantee you this. If Dr. Buss was still living right now running this team, there's no way in hell he would even entertain giving this clown $60
Math,
million. dollars.
are you
You know what
saying
I'm
the
saying?
Lakers are currently dysfunctional?
Of course. Absolutely. I mean, I think we all know that.
Okay, so dysfunctional due to the presence of LeBron?
Yes. Sneed. Jenny Buss allowed LeBron and his crew to come to her franchise and run amok, trade guys away, trade job picks away, handicap them, hard cap them. I mean, of course, this all stems from LeBron James.
So at some
One career
point
play.
there's going to be so at some point there's going to be spillover and the beans are going to be out and they're somebody's going to say something. We haven't
Um,
heard anything like publicly like a player or group of players or coaching, like we haven't seen any of that yet.
Seen, what do you mean when you say that? I'm not confused by what you just said.
Usually when you have like organizational dysfunction, like stuff starts coming out, right?
Well,
The
stuff
gym
has come
board.
out. I mean, bro. I mean, Darvin Ham was on the hot seat for the Danner whole month. D'Lo was annihilated by himself for a whole month. He was being interviewed, damn near crying on the sideline. I mean, things have come out. I mean, the dysfunction is clear. It's been well documented since he's been there. Like, you haven't noticed any. So you think the past 4 or 5 years the Lakers have been running at a efficient oil machine?
No,
Absolutely
no.
not.
I would say the year they won the championship, the way that they were able to put it all together for that run in the bubble.
Uh
I mean,
huh.
that was obviously the highlight of the LeBron era in LA. But I'd
Hold
say
on, bro.
outside
Hold
of
on,
that,
bro.
I mean, there clearly
Groove
hasn't
Money.
been a chip.
Hey, Groove Money. He says, "What do you do for a living, Moss?" I make money, man. That's what I do. That's what I do, bro. What you do? What you do? Come
Why
on,
is
man.
that anybody's business?
I don't know, man. But I tell you
Like,
this,
why
though,
why
bro.
these
I
people
tell you this,
ask these
though, bro.
questions, bro?
I'm in California, bro, with the sun, palm trees, sun shining, bro, next to the fucking ocean, living a great life, motherfucker. And I guarantee you this: you ain't living how I'm living, bro. Trust me. You ain't living how I'm living, bro. But Sneed, that bubble year was kind of skewed and deceiving because that's not a typical
I know,
NBA
Mas, but
season.
somebody had to win it, bro.
Oh no. I'm not arguing that part. Listen, they won it. He's a champion. Listen, I give you. I'm just saying that can't be the basis of how we judge this LeBron James
Look,
tenure with the
look,
Lakers.
Mas, you might. So for you, listen, I respect your opinion. You know where I stand with you, bro. I
Of
respect your
course,
acumen. I respect your opinion. There's a contingency of folks that will only look at it without context and say championship. So, and I get that. That's valid when people say that. Outcomes. I'm an outcomes person, right?
right?
So like
Yeah,
when the things happen, you just call that. You know what I'm saying? And then when they don't happen, you call that. I don't need the context. Like when someone loses, I don't need the context. You lost. That's it's you ain't the champion. Like I don't care who was on your team. I don't care about dragging someone, dragging these bums. I don't care about that narrative. Produce or not, right? So that's the outcome. So you got one chip in a handful
Man,
of years, right? It's
yeah,
up
no,
to
I could.
you. It's up to you to evaluate if that warrants. And I've asked Herm this on stream. At what point is the juice worth the squeeze? All
it's
that
not worth
comes
it,
with.
bro. It's been a failure. He's been a failure in LA, bro. To me, he's been a flat out failure.
That's a fact, man. So when you think about all the all time greats, when they did come to LA, they accomplished more with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, forced to trade to the Lakers. That nigga won 5 championships with the Los Angeles Lakers. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And what LeBron's been doing, yes, he got that one in the bubble, but the Lakers been mediocre basically. And if it wasn't for the play-in, they would have missed almost every year of his tender with the Lakers for us making the playoffs. They would not have made it if it was the old format. So by accepting being a mediocre team and bullshit and make it to the play in and you gotta win 2 games just to this shit crazy, man. I don't see how Lakers fans taking it. I'm disappointed in Jenny Buzz because her father would have been got rid of that bum and this shit would not have stood as long as it stood in LA. But
I don't subscribe to LeBron James got them a championship, bro. Like I'll be consistent. Anthony Davis
Because AD was the
is
best player.
Anthony Davis has been their best two-way player. He's been their best player since he's arrived in LA.
That's
And so
facts.
he's the reason why the Lakers have a championship. And so I'm not even going to even entertain the fact that LeBron got them one. No, Anthony Davis got them a
It's not
championship.
that he got him one; it's that he was there and they got one. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna tell you
But
that
we,
they won a
but,
chip
but
solely off of
Snead,
LeBron. You know, like that's not even valid.
Snead, we have to be consistent because when the Bulls are winning, we say MJ, right? When the Spurs are winning for those mid 2000, we said Tim Duncan, we said Kawhi, right? We said Dirk, and
Yeah,
so we
best
always
player
give
on
the
the
best
best
player
team.
credit, bro.
Exactly. Right.
Fair or unfair, Anthony Davis got the Lakers a championship.
That's
Nobody
facts.
says Scottie Pippen got the Bulls a championship. They all say MJ did.
True.
Nobody says Clyde Drexler got them. They say Hakeem did. And
True.
so I'm being consistent, man. Anthony
Yeah.
Davis, their best two-way player, got the Lakers that bubble championship, bro.
Yeah, but
He's the reason.
anybody with some sense knows that, Moss. Like,
Yeah.
if you'd be entertaining trolls if it was otherwise.
Well, you got people who know the game on TV, on these stream yards, who I think are credible to a certain degree, who will run with the narrative and say that LeBron James, got them a championship. I mean, I hear it.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's sad. It
I
is
mean,
crazy.
I know what I saw. You know what you saw. I mean, come on.
Correct. Correct. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, I mean, listen, I mean, you're there in Cleveland. I mean, LeBron was great in 2016, right? Uh,
Incredible. I have never seen
he was
the
incredible
offensive power that man
yeah,
had. That's right.
despite some unfortunate things that went their way. And to win a championship, you need luck. Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm not poo-pooing that. But nobody says Kyrie Irving won them a championship. It's almost like Kyrie gets dismissed in that conversation, Steve, when we know that Kyrie Irving in the game 7 had a better game 7 than LeBron James.
He was the only guy that could hit the buckets when the game was on the line.
So I mean,
Nobody could score. The
I
whole
don't
the
know,
whole
man.
game,
I
Moss.
don't
Watch
know,
the
bro.
last 5 minutes. Nobody could score except Kyrie.
I
Not
don't know.
Curry, not
It's
Clay,
crazy.
not Dre, not LeBron. Nobody.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. So, but yeah, man. I know Herm want to. Before I get out of here, I know Herman want me to go bonkers on the Clippers. Something tells me that tonight the Lakers are going to beat them. I just don't sneak. I just don't trust no nigga with no fucking beard. Like that, bro. I just can't do it.
Wait, you're talking about Harden?
Yeah, of course,
yeah,
bro. I don't trust no goddamn Terrence man, right? I don't trust no
right.
goddamn Terrence man because guess what? They said that Terrence man locks up everybody in the league, right?
The
I mean,
Kings picked on him
bro,
the whole
bro,
game.
Darren Fox. Let me tell you something, bro.
Who said Terrence Mann
Oh,
locked up everybody?
Herm. I was at the
Yeah.
game 2 days ago, bro, with the Kings and Heat, right? After that Sunday game versus the Clippers, and at halftime, I was inside the back with just people. Okay, I'll just say that. And conversation came up about Terrence Mann and Darren Fox's game the previous night on that Sunday, bro. They said Darren Fox was licking his chops, bro. They said Terrence Mann, who? Nigga, that's easy work, bro.
What's going on, fellas?
Work,
What
What's
up,
good with
salute?
y'all?
Salute Wilson, salute Wilson. Hey,
easy
man,
work.
that shit crazy how they overblow Terrence, man. Is he a solid role player? Yes. He is not no damn lockdown defender. Nowhere near it.
Hold on,
No.
time out. 1 second, Herm. This Grove Money talking about, but Kobe gets credit for all 5 rings. When the hell did Kobe get credit for all 5 rings? What is Grove talking about, bro?
I see a lot of people giving Shaq a lot of credit for that.
No,
Yeah, like
yeah,
when did
yeah.
Kobe get credit for
I
all
mean,
5 rings?
Kobe gets some credit, but Shaq gets a lot of credit. Like, stop it, group, man. Come on, man. This shit is crazy. I told you.
I mean, most people put Shaq in their
It
top
is,
10 all
man.
time. So what the fuck?
Come on. But about LeBron though, I agree with Herm 100%. This is like in terms of a franchise number one. I ain't talking about D Fish and role players. I'm talking about the franchise number one guy. LeBron has been the worst Laker of all time because
Damn.
the history is going to prove it to you. Mike in success. Jerry West, even though they only got one, but it's still success. Why? Because they were continually competing for championships. They lost to the greatest dynasty of all time. And then you fast forward past Jerry West, Magic and Kareem, success. Okay, so they went through a period after Magic retired early. They didn't really have a star. They got Shaq, and Kobe comes along, success. Now you fast forward to this era with a number one superstar, supposedly, and it's been a failure, a
Let me ask you
complete
this, brother.
failure, bro.
Let me ask you this, brother.
Yeah.
If he plays 5 seasons in LA,
Mm-hmm.
how many chips would he need to have moderate success in your opinion?
Well, and it's not only the chips though; it's competing for championships. This guy missed the playoffs, got
Oh, I see
bounced
what
in the
you're saying.
first round. You feel what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? Yeah, they went
Yeah,
to
yeah.
a conference final last season, but if you pay attention to those playoffs very closely,
So you're
LeBron was mid in those series. Like he would have some
so
decent
you're
games here and there.
so you're digging him for the mediocre seasons.
Exactly.
Got you. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because he got one ring. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Jerry West only had one ring, but guess what? He went to what, like 9 or 8 finals? I mean, that's a team that you're saying that's consistently competing for the world title. Yeah, he fell short. But as a Lakers fan at that point in time back then, you can't tell me that you wasn't proud to be a Lakers fan. At least you knew, hey, I could get to the promised land. Now it's hard to beat Bill Russell and them boys. But at least now with LeBron, I mean, shit, like you just hoping you get to the playoffs right now. And now, to piggyback off what Moss saying, the man wants 60 M's for 3 years, and then you're gonna complain about, well, your fans are gonna complain about how you don't have no help when you get bounced. What team is the Lakers gonna be able to build around him when he's getting paid $60 million and he's breaking down? He's on the bench having to get ankle therapy during the game and shit. His
You know,
legs is falling apart.
what's kind of crazy, bro, is I think D Wade and Bosch took pay cuts, didn't they, at the Heat?
Yeah.
So unwilling to take a pay cut in his advanced age, but willing to
Yep.
take a pay cut in his prime. That's pretty wild.
He said it himself. He's never taken a pay cut again. Yeah, like he said that out of his mouth. Like when Pat and them, came to him about that. Okay, we could retool the team. Yeah, we just lost in the finals, but we could retool the team, add some more players, and continue to build around this. And he just scoffed at the idea. He pretty much laughed at Pat Riley's face when Pat Riley brought up taking a minor pay cut. I mean, is it really about winning with this guy? I don't know. Well, the Lakers were terrible before LeBron because they were in transition. I mean, obviously, that was the end of Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant carried the torch post Shaq. So once Kobe Bryant popped his Achilles carrying Mike D'Antoni's offense and that team, Steve Nash hurting his back carrying luggage, Dwight Howard had a messed up back, so Kobe had to carry everything for y'all, and he popped his Achilles carrying y'all. Obviously, y'all going to be in transition. What other star did you have? I'm talking about when you guys have a star. Every period of time that the Lakers had a superstar number one guy, they were successful up until this guy LeBron comes. Yeah, they got the one championship in 2020, but like Moss was saying, can we really just say that's LeBron's chip? Because if AD don't hit that game winner against Denver, Lakers going home in the bubble. I don't know if people remember that. AD hit a game winner in that bubble to elevate the Lakers, and then Dwight Howard and them were doing a number on Jokic that was able to help the Lakers advance and get to the finals. And then they were playing against a banged up Heat team. We were missing Bam and Dragic. AD was able to take advantage and dominate. Jimmy basically neutralized LeBron. That was a stalemate, Jimmy and LeBron. The difference was AD dominating.
Yeah, it
So
sure they have an answer for AD.
so I mean, this Lakers tenure is a failure. I don't care what nobody tries to tell me. They ain't even get a parade for the bubble championship. So that makes it even worse. The city couldn't even celebrate it.
But I do gotta respond to my brother Weebay. Shout out to Weebay. That's my brother though. But I do gotta respond. Kawhi Leonard just took a pay cut. So I mean LeBron can take a pay cut. Kawhi can take a pay cut.
Man, LeBron tripping, man. If he takes 30 and he's able to build that team and compete, but he wants the whole bag, man, Lakers deserve everything that they're gonna get.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. The damn phone calls, but Kawhi Leonard took a pay cut. LeBron can too. He at the end of his career. Ain't no damn way he paid a 40-year-old till he's 42 $60 million a year. That would be dumb on any team to do that. If you go walk because I don't want to give him 60 million, so be it. I'll deal with the shit when it get here. You go walk away because I don't give you 60 million. That's okay. I got you for free. I didn't have to get rid of any assets. I could lose you for not getting any assets as well. So if you want to walk because you ain't getting 60 millions, the Lakers got to call this bluff. So be it. Go to the damn Knicks and ruin that franchise.
Yeah, and I don't even think the niggas got the money to pay him outright.
Man, the Knicks can't sign that dude at no $60 million, man. They would have to gut their team, get rid of Julius Bond. I mean, come on, this is crazy.
I would call Braun's bluff. I'm like, okay, so like, what you gonna do? He give
Man,
you
listen,
60.
yeah, he can opt out and they can start building around AD and D'Lo and take their chances, man. That's what I would do. But they're in a bad spot because even if LeBron James opts out with them, they're still a hard cap. That money, just because you're not paying LeBron, doesn't mean that you can just go sign somebody for damn near $40 million. They're hard
Yeah.
cap. So
Yep.
again, that's why I tell Snead, he put them in a tough spot. He put them in
Yep.
a tough spot. Yeah, he's a clown. He's a clown.
Yeah, I think the Lakers are just they're just gonna ride out this core. Like they gave AD the extension. I think they're just gonna ride out the core for the next 2-3 years
Right.
and just deal with it because there's not much they can do. Like you said,
No,
they just gonna
yeah.
have to deal with it, man.
Yeah, they're pretty handicapped. They're pretty handicapped, man. It was good to see Jimmy and Terry back last night. Um, I'm not sure if
Yeah, no
Tyler
doubt.
played
Yeah,
with the Blazers, but I saw them in person on Monday with
yeah,
them here in
yeah,
Sacramento. And I gotta be honest, bro. Um, Hammond Jr., whatever that dude's name is, and fucking Highsmith.
yeah,
God damn, like those dudes can play.
yeah, yeah, yep.
Those dudes can play, man.
And they keep it simple. It's not no over dribbling. Is
Nah,
like
it's a lot of
they
ball
get
movement,
right
bro.
to it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a lot of movement. It's a lot of pin down and screen and flares and even Wright. Is that
Yep, the
DeLon Wright?
long right. Yep,
Yeah,
yep, the long right. Yep,
his first game starting was Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
yep,
He played some decent minutes, man. But yeah, if you put Terry, Tyler, and Jimmy with those and Bam with those role players, bro, you got something. Listen, I gotta be honest here when we assess basketball, bro. They're gonna be a problem. I talk a lot of shit and I troll, but if foot to the fire and you ask me who's getting to the conference finals, I think it's gonna be Boston and Miami again. That's just my opinion,
yep.
man.
But I
That's how I
don't think
see it
I
too.
don't think it's gonna be that man because I think
You don't
Miami
think
gonna
so,
be
huh?
like a I think Miami gonna be like a fourth or fifth seed, and I think Miami will eliminate Boston in the second round.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I
Yeah,
mean,
because we still got Caleb. Caleb's getting his legs back after being hurt earlier in the season.
oh
Now he's
yeah,
rounding
yeah,
into form.
yep, yep,
I know. Y'all seen him fly through the lane. To get that dunk. At the end of the Sacramento game, man, he
yeah,
flew through that lane.
yeah. So, bro, I was right there. Yeah, it
So
was cool.
and again, Bam, Bam continues to do all the little things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he
He could
does, bro.
switch.
He
He
does.
could switch. He could stymie a guard. And K Love, man, hey man, he's turning back the clock, man. K Love,
Bro, Kevin Love
high
killed the Kings,
IQ,
bro.
man.
Bro, like if you get he killed the Kings, bro. He was taking advantage of the Kings small lineup
Yep.
little hook shot. Did you see Bam's block at
Yep.
the end of the fourth quarter versus Kings, bro? That
Yep.
was crazy.
Right after Caleb's dunk, he came through and
Yeah,
he sent that shit.
he pinned that. That
Hey,
was
Nuggets
crazy.
fan, I'll take your money. Miami will beat Boston. I'll take your money.
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna pick Boston to win that series, but it's gonna be a tough series, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
dogfight.
it's gonna be a
It's
dogfight,
definitely
bro.
gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be can Tatum and Brown take the pressure that we gonna put on them now with all these defensive wings that we got and you know how we trapped out of nowhere. You know, I mean, like they don't expect the traps and things like that. Let's see. Now they do have Porzingis, who they can stick
He's
in
a
the middle of
problem
that
too, bro.
zone.
Yeah, he's a problem.
You know, but again, you know, like he hasn't had no big time playoff experience to the point where it's like if you're banking everything on, hey, we got Porzingis and this guy hasn't done anything in the playoffs yet. Well, we're gonna have to see. And Bam could take advantage of him too on the offensive end because yeah, Porzingis is a good help side blocker, but when you go directly at him, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you could get him in foul trouble. So it's definitely going to be a challenging series. You know, I respect Boston. I mean, you know, like they ain't number one in the NBA for no reason. They're
Yeah.
a
So
great
what's your
team.
thoughts tonight, Wisdom, with these Clippers and Lakers, man? I don't trust Terrence, man. I mean, you got guys saying that Terrence Mann is the best defensive player in the league. It's just pure delusion, man. Pure delusion.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the Lakers roster. Um, and sometimes, bro, like when I look at their bench, I'm like, who are these motherfuckers, man?
Yeah.
I think I got the Clippers winning tonight, even without PG. I think no
Okay.
PG actually helps them. You know, like they'll be able to move the ball just a little bit better. I don't really see them having an answer for James Harden. I think James Harden has to be the primary scorer tonight, and Kawhi has to just worry about neutralizing LeBron James and taking the double teams that the Lakers going to throw at him and make them pay with some good ball movement and guys like Powell and stuff and Coffee could hit those open shots. You feel what I'm saying?
But Wisdom,
Yeah.
do you? I mean, do you need to have an answer for James Harden? I mean, he's usually the answer for himself with his choking ways. So, I mean, listen, I don't trust Harden in no big game, bro. I just don't. You feel me, man?
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, I just feel like, you know, he's still a damn good player. You know what I'm saying? I know he got a bad playoff reputation, well deserved. I mean, that's his own fault. You know, but I think tonight, you know, when he's seeing guys like D'Lo and Reeves across from him, I think he's gonna be licking his chops a little bit. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
we
Now
said
it's
that
on him
last
to hit the shots, though. It's on him to hit his shots. But I think he's gonna get what he wants. Now, does he convert? We'll see.
Yeah, but we said that last game versus the Lakers that he would be licking his chops and he had key turnovers,
Yeah.
doing dumb shit. I mean, he just reverted back to the old James Harden. So, I mean, yeah, nah. Lakers by like 5-6 points, man, tonight.
And that's if, you know, does AD dominate or does Zubac keep him off the glass and neutralize him?
That's a
You
fair
know,
point too. Yeah, that's a fair point too.
is AD going to settle for those little jumpers he loves to shoot, or is he going to try to be dominant? You know
Well,
what I
don't
mean?
forget, man, Nurkic just had 22 rebounds versus the Lakers last week.
Yeah. And
So,
Zubac could definitely replicate that.
yes. Zubac to me is a better rebounder than Nurkic. And so, yeah, that's a great point. Yep, good point right there, man.
Well, yeah, I finna cut this stream short.
Yeah,
Gotta
me
get
too,
ready to
man.
go
Me
to.
too, man.
I'm finna
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I'm finna go to work. Finna go to this meeting and shit. But salute to
All right,
y'all.
fellas, man. Y'all
Appreciate
be
you,
good, man.
man. Wisdom and Sneed. Salute to everybody that tuned into this video. Y'all hit that like button. Man, I'm out.